to get everything for the job delivered. Large orders of lumber, doors, windows, paint, plumbing, anything the job needs, all from one partner. Get it today with same-day delivery. Get it tomorrow with next-day delivery on 50,000 plus products. Or get it on your timeline with scheduled delivery on everything from framing to flooring. It's time to get your whole job, all your jobs delivered. Ask about all our new delivery options at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
This is a real good story about Bronx and his dad, Ryan, real United Airlines customers.
We were returning home, and one of the flight attendants asked Bronx if he wanted to see the flight deck and meet Captain Andrew.
I got to sit in the driver's seat.
I grew up in an aviation family, and seeing Bronx kind of reminded me of myself when I was that age.
That's Andrew, a real United pilot.
These small interactions can shape a kid's future.
It felt like I was the captain.
Allowing my son to see the flight deck will stick with us forever.
That's how good leads the way.
Can you help change a life by sponsoring Meals for the Hungry? Sponsor 10 meals for $27 a month. Join the Caring Places Meals and More Club. Go to caringplace.org/radio. That's caringplace.org/radio.
Catch the shows everyone's buzzing about on the new ABC Miami. The dramas that bring the heat, 911, High Potential, and Grey's Anatomy. The comedies that keep you laughing, Abbott Elementary, and Shifting Gears. The reality hits you can't miss. The Golden Bachelor, Dancing with the Stars, and Shark Tank. And Monday nights, forget it. It's the biggest game in town. Monday Night Football. All season long. Turn us on and turn it up. The new ABC Miami, Channel 18.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painters trust Kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain-blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results, faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. That bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with Cherry Berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami. WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
1-1. He might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep. Second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back. Track wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag attack. A 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
All right, here we go. Nice job, Carlos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia on an 82-degree Tuesday night, and you're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. Fox Sports 940 Miami. It's game 157 of 162. 6 games left, and on September 23rd, 2025, the Marlins are still alive to play October baseball. It is a slim chance, but Miami is 4 games back of a final National League wildcard spot with 6 to go. And Clayton McCullough's team is as hot as a match. They've won 6 in a row. They just swept the Rockies in Colorado. They went to Texas and broomed the Rangers. And Miami's starting rotation has been at the forefront, posting a 2.64 ERA during this 6-game win streak. It is game 1 of this 3-game NL East set between your 76-80 Miami Marlins and the 92-64 Philadelphia Phillies. Welcome back, Edward Cabrera. He was activated off the 15-day IL. Remember, he had an elbow sprain that put him out of action at the start of this month, but he has managed to return 3 weeks later through a sim game in Colorado on Wednesday, starting tonight on Tuesday. Cabby will go opposite Christopher Sanchez, the southpaw, who is headed for a high finish in the NL Cy Young Award race. But more importantly, he needs to be the horse of this Phil's rotation. No Zach Wheeler. He's out for the year. This could potentially be Sanchez's final regular season start if the Phillies clinch and there's nothing to play for on that season finale on Sunday. We will get going at 6:45 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Welcome into Marlins on Deck. We had a nice off day yesterday with Jack McMullen and Gabby Sanchez. I'm Steven Strom. Again, we appreciate you being a part of this Monday, or this Tuesday, rather, broadcast. We thank you for your participation, and we will go the distance. 6 o'clock start, 6:45 first pitch. We'll start where both teams are at. We'll hear from Clayton McCullough. We'll get you at the count with the 2 pitchers on the mound, Cabrera and Sanchez. Jack will jump in for some storylines, Expo questions today at Marlins Radio, and Steve's guarantee to victory. So let's start with the Phillies. 28 games over 500. They clinched their second NL East title, not yesterday, but the Monday before that, with a victory over the Dodgers in LA. They played 5 more games after clinching the NL East. They went 3-3, which included a Sunday afternoon loss to the Diamondbacks 9-2. So here's the task at hand for Rob Thompson's team. The Phillies' magic number to clinch a first-round bye is a win tonight and a Dodgers loss against the Diamondbacks in Arizona. What Rob Thompson did, he juggled his rotation a little bit. He got Christopher Sanchez, his best arm, on the mound today to create room for an additional potential start like I laid out to you on Sunday. That would be the regular season finale if that game has stakes for the postseason. Otherwise, this timing lines Sanchez up to start the team's first playoff game. Phillies this month have been solid. Remember when they got swept in New York? Well, they had an awesome September, 13-6, but tonight they will have to be without Bryce Harper. No Trey Turner due to injury. He's working his way back, but Bryce Harper just an off day for Rob Thompson. I assume if they need him, he will come off the bench in a pinch hit situation. For the Marlins, we mentioned it. They've won 6 in a row. They have yet to be eliminated from playoff contention, 76-80. It's a slim chance, but the Marlins get some pieces back. Edward Cabrera, who's been the Marlins' best pitcher. He's pitched to a 3.57 ERA. He'll start tonight. They also get Griffin Conine back from the IL. The roster moves, Adam Major, Joey Wiemer, they were the corresponding move. They head back to AAA Jacksonville. But the big story today, Griffin Conine, who we thought his season was over right here in Philadelphia. He laced a double, slid head first into second base, and then everything happened. The shoulder, he's out for the year. No, not so fast. Here's Griffin Conine today in the clubhouse talking about the emotions of not only getting back in 2025, but getting back to the place that potentially knocked him out.
Definitely weird. Like last time up was here in this clubhouse. Might have been the same locker. I don't remember. But really exciting, exciting. I don't think any of them thought, including me, that this was going to be possible. We heard we had a schedule a couple months ago, but even then, there was a lot of hurdles needed to be overcame and get back to playing shape and feel like I could be ready to come back. And the rehab stint went really well. I think better than even I expected. So just really, really happy to be here and happy that the team played so well these past couple weeks, and now we're in a position where we're playing meaningful games with a week left, which I know that not a lot of people expect out of us.
Great to hear from Griffin Conine. Great to see Griffin Conine. 9 rehab games in AAA Jacksonville, 7 for 24, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, 11 walks for Griff. He will bat 8th tonight, play left field, and boy, is he getting thrown into the fire against the southpaw Christopher Sanchez. We will break. We'll get the manager, Clayton McCullough. He spoke to his team before. Again, 6 games left, 4 out of a National League wildcard spot. We'll get the 411 on him. Cabrera back. We got a ton. I got a meaty. I should have led with this. A meaty program on Marlins on Deck, Fox Sports 940 Miami. We'll break. We'll get Clayton on next. We get you ready for a 6:45 first pitch. It's the Marlins. It's the Phillies on the Marlins Radio Network.
Again, the infield in for Texas. And the 2-2. That one lifted down the left field line and deep. You got Langford working back at the wall. It slams off the top of the wall. He fires it into second. Otto slides into second base, and he's got an RBI double. He plates Xavier Edwards from third, and Otto, situational excellence, strikes again. RBI number 77 for Lopez on double number 20. And the Marlins open scoring. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the fourth on the way. And that one guided out to left field, falling quickly. Langford slides. He tried smothering it. He trapped it with his glove, but he can't get up and fire it back in. Otto up on contact, comes in to score from second base. That is an RBI single for Heriberto Hernandez and a 2 spot for the Marlins here in the top of the fourth in right field. 1-0 pitch. Norby drills high in the sky out to left. Osuna is back at the track. He leaps, and that one is gone. And the 1-2. Ramirez smokes that. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Past the dive of Young. Langford goes to fish it out in the corner, and Marcy can jog home from second base. Agustin Ramirez make it a dozen in terms of the hitting streak, and it's an RBI double. 3-0 Marlins in the top of the fifth. Full win. First pitch to Navarreto. He lifts that out to straightaway center. That is plenty deep enough to plate Pauly. Back to the edge of the track. Hellman makes the grab, but Brian Navarreto does his job. Graham comes in from third. It's a sacrifice fly, and there's that insurance. It's 4-2 Marlins in the top of the seventh. Feel safe, and the next, something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com/Marlins or call 800-750-0647 today. For license information, visit ADT.com.
Well, pregame host, now pinch hitting here on the Marlins Radio Network. Steven Strom, Clayton McCullough, Jack McMullen. Usually, we always go, we go 50-50, man. We're brothers. We're like this. This particular instance, Jack's down for the count, and we need him for all 9 innings, and we need him. We got 6 games left, Clayton. My question to you is, with a week left, you're not mathematically out of this thing, 4 out with 6 to play. Is there a message? What are you hoping that your team shows this final week?
One, we're there talking about it a little while earlier with some of the position players, and I think it's a great thing. I think that this is what we hope, that year after year we come into the latter part of September in a position where, hey, we're trying to, went out to secure a playoff spot, or we are needing to still chase people down, and there's things in front of us we need to be able to do. That is a goal every year. We're putting ourselves in position to get in, and while our chances now are, mathematically very small, there's still a chance. So I think it's great we have a week left, and we're playing games that they all matter, but okay, here we are. This is what you want to play for, and to enjoy that, and to just push everything all in. And this becomes now more than ever about the collective than it is about any one individual. So this is, as a group, we just have to go try to just win every moment we can, and want to be in these positions year after year, and want to know what that feeling is like, because there's no greater feeling in this game than to punch your ticket to the postseason and be able to play with everything on the line every night.
Clayton McCullough with us now. Back to Jack's questions. Edward Cabrera, how close will you monitor Cabby's velocity today? Is he on a certain pitch count or up?
He'll be on an ups and pitch count. It'll be down from what he normally is. I mean, and not too terribly significantly down from normal, but we'll be certainly monitoring how he comes out, and how the velocity is trending, how Edward is feeling between innings, and how he feels like he's able to kind of start, stop, restart. So we'll be paying close attention to Edward, but for what he's done on his work coming back, I mean, my expectation, he's going to be able to go out there and he's going to feel fine, and be able to, get us in hopefully into the middle part of the game with a chance to win.
You get Edward Cabrera back. You also get Griffin Conine back. Clayton, he beat the odds, obviously, with what we thought was season-ending injury. What have you seen from Griffin behind the scenes this year that's impressed you the most?
I think that's it. Him being able to come back with some season left when really, no one thought he'd be able to with the injury he suffered is just, it's a testament to Griffin. It's this guy, the compete, the will to just, get things done is, as good as we have on our team. And while he was injured, his presence was always felt. I mean, whenever Griff's around, he's got such respect and admiration from his teammates because how he was handling his arduous rehab work to then how he supported them, during the games and in the clubhouse. And I don't think it's a shock to anyone of our staff and teammates that Griff was able to get back in this position, right? Especially as, as he got closer, it was like, this guy is just he's gonna do it. So, I'm just excited. I'm excited for Griff more none of us know how much he had to put in there emotionally and physically to get back. So it's a big deal for us, but I know for him, that feeling he's going to have tonight, going into the batter's box and run out to the outfield is almost like opening day or your major league debut. It's just it's going to be a big deal for him, as it should be, because he's worked really hard to get back here.
And you're throwing him in the fire against Christopher Sanchez. Jack, are we good? Do you have anything else?
I got one more as it pertains to Cabby, okay? Obviously, time constraints, you can't go with a rehab assignment for Cabrera. What boxes did he need to check before getting back to a major league mound?
Good question.
Yeah, so we got the imaging back from Cabby, and there was nothing conclusive that said, one way or the other, that this was going to be somewhat how, the 3 or 4 days after that start, how he was able to feel and respond, and how much Edward, wanted to be able to go back out there. And Edward the whole time wanted to pitch. And we felt medically that there was no reason why he couldn't go out there and pitch, assuming that he was able to get through a throwing program, get off the mound a couple times, have the intensity continue to increase. And he had a 3-up, roughly 50-pitch session in Colorado that was somewhat quasi a little bit of a rehab start for him, where he was up to 97 and all of his stuff looked great. So that made us all feel even more confident in that he's at a point now where he's able to go out and pitch in a major league game, and Edward believes he is as well. So we'll be again monitoring that closely. But as he got through the throwing and he recovered well, and any of the symptoms that he had exhibited were not there, led us to the confidence in him, being able to pitch tonight.
You just answered your final question of the 2025 regular season on the Marlins Radio Network, because next week the mic's yours. So you ask whatever you want to ask us Friday night. You don't want to miss it. I know you're already thinking about it.
I am. I'm thinking about a few questions. I'm thinking about you guys have been so great to me this year. It's much appreciated, and I will try to reciprocate that with some thoughtful questions as you guys have shown me this year.
We'll be ready. Throw us on the spot. Friday night, ready for that. But tonight, we'll get you at the count. Christopher Sanchez, Edward Cabrera. We're playing baseball at 6:45. It's game 1 of a 3-game set. Final game of this 3-leg, 9-game road trip. Marlins have won 6 in a row, taking the first 2 series. We're back in 2 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Ready for the 1-0. And he rips that one on the ground. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Brian Navarretto plates another run for the Fish. He chugs into second. And how about this guy? 5 years in between big league opportunities. He homered in his first plate appearance back, and he delivers a humongous RBI double to give the Marlins a 2-run lead in the top of the 12th. And the 1-1. That one ripped on the ground. That's eating up the backhand of the shortstop Duran, and that gets into left field for a base hit. Dane Myers plates Navarretto from second, and that's another run across. RBI for Dane. It's 6-3 Fish in the top of the 12th. Jack Leiter with the infield in. First pitch, Troy. He loops into shallow left center field. That's in for a base hit. Otto can practically walk home, and that's an RBI knock for Troy on the first pitch he sees. He got 97 high and tight. He shoved it off the handle of his bat, and it's 1-0 Fish in the top of the second. 2, as Gabby mentioned, infield in. The pitch.
Wagaman drills out to left, hanging up on a line for Osuna. He makes the grab. Norby tagging. Throw coming home is not cut off, but it's a little bit offline, and that's a sacrifice fly. Norby comes in from third. Wagaman plates him with a sacrifice fly, and we're tied at 2 in the top of the fourth. We're knotted at 2. First pitch to Troy Johnston. That one ripped out to right field. That's sending Duran back. He's looking up, and it's gone! A line drive got out in a blink. And Troy is absolutely fired up. Tied no more. A solo shot from Johnston on an absolute.
$9.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey, this is Eric Wagman, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Don't miss a moment of Marlins action. You only got 6 games left. Download the iHeartRadio app. Make Fox Sports 940 the top preset. Then listen to every Marlins game this season. Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Marlins enjoyed an off day. I don't know if they enjoyed. When you win 6 in a row and 10 of 11, I would want to keep playing. But the Marlins did have an off day in Philadelphia. Jack McMullen will join me in the next segment. Gabby Sanchez, he has your call with Jack at 6:45. Let's get you ahead of the count. We'll start here with Edward Cabrera, 27-year-old right-hander who has been activated off the 15-day IL. He was on it with a right elbow sprain. We thought that this year was done for Cabby. He threw a sim game in Colorado. All good, 7-7, 3.57 ERA, 24 starts, 128 and 2/3 innings pitched, career high in starts, career high in punch-outs, career high in innings pitched. Phenomenal ERA. He's had a breakout year. He came into 2025 with a 13.3% walk rate. It's down to 7.7. Last time he faced off against the Phillies was June 19th. 6 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 82 pitches. Cabby is going to be on a pitch count, and Cabby will also be monitored very, very closely by this Marlins coaching staff. Christopher Sanchez, 28-year-old left-hander. It's a final tune-up for the postseason. Possibly, we had laid it out for you. He could start on Sunday if the Phillies really need it. They can clinch a first-round bye with a win tonight over the Marlins and a Dodgers loss against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Sanchez, 13-5, a 2.66 ERA, 31st start of the season, 189 1/3 innings pitched. He's got 198 punch-outs on the year, 43 free passes. His last start was on Tuesday. He allowed 4 runs in LA against the Dodgers on 7 hits over 7 hits over 7 innings. But Rod Thompson liked what he saw as the game went on for Christopher Sanchez.
So we pushed him a little bit further than we normally do, and I thought in the 6th he was really good, and he was 96, 97 in the 7th, so he was good. The one thing early in the game, everything seemed to be leaking back to the middle of the plate on the right-handed hitters, and they had some pretty good swings on him. But he grinded, and he did a great job.
You guys.
Top 5 in the league in National League in Ks, top 4 in ERA. He's got a 2.22 ERA at home this season. Christopher Sanchez is also 2 punch-outs away from 200. He has completed 6 frames or more in 18 of his last 19 starts. And career-wise against the Marlins, he started 4 times against Miami, 29 combined innings, 2 runs given up, 22 punch-outs to 2 walks. Christopher Sanchez, Edward Cabrera, they will feature our matchup on the mound at 6:45. We'll break. We'll get Jack McMullen on. We got a big storyline. Griffin Conine is back. He will bat 8th, and he will play left field. We'll talk Griff. We'll talk Cabby. We'll play baseball in just a few. It's game 1 of this 3-game set and the final leg of this 9-game road trip for the Miami Marlins. They've won 6 in a row. Can they make it 7 on the Marlins Radio?
Again, the infield in for Texas. And the 2-2. That one lifted down the left field line and deep. You got Langford working back at the wall. It slams off the top of the wall. He fires it into second. Otto slides into second base, and he's got an RBI double. He plates Xavier Edwards from third, and Otto, situational excellence, strikes again. RBI number 77 for Lopez on double number 20. And the Marlins open scoring. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the fourth on the way. And that one guided out to left field, falling quickly. Langford slides. He tried smothering it. He trapped it with his glove, but he can't get up and fire it back in. Otto up on contact, comes in to score from second base. That is an RBI single for Heriberto Hernandez and a 2 spot for the Marlins here in the top of the fourth in right field. 1-0 pitch. Norby drills high in the sky out to left. Ozuna is back at the track. He leaps, and that one is gone. And the 1-2. Ramirez smokes that. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Past the dive of Young. Langford goes to fish it out in the corner, and Marcy can jog home from second base. Augustine Ramirez make it a dozen in terms of the hitting streak, and it's an RBI double. 3-0 Marlins in the top of the fifth. Whole win. First pitch to Navarreto. He lifts that out to straightaway center. That is plenty deep enough to plate Pauly. Back to the edge of the track. Hellman makes the grab, but Brian Navarreto does his job. Graham comes in from third. It's a sacrifice fly, and there's that insurance. It's 4-2 Marlins in the top of the seventh.
Plus tax tag title free delivery service fee $12.98, private tag agency fee $189, electronic registration filing fee $598, lease based on 2025 Corolla 2-wheel drive 4-door sedan LE L4 CVTF model 1852, $99 for 36 months, $79.99 due at signing, no security deposit required on approved credit from SETF. Offer expires 9/2/25.
2-1 pitch to Conine. That one is lined into right center field. Rojas on the move. He cuts it off on one hop, but a run will come in to score. Mervis goes first to third. Conine with a headlong dive into second base, and Conine is hurt at second base. That's an RBI double. He went diving into second, and he goes down. He might have rolled up on that arm. LJ Petra, the Marlins trainer, and Clayton McCullough are out there, and Conine is in a world of pain.
Sucks. It's I've never had a really missed time on the field. I've been really lucky. So it'll be a first for me. An opportunity to crush a rehab, whatever it may be, and beat whatever they say will take me to get back on the field. So that's what I plan to do.
5 months later.
Really exciting. I don't think any of them thought, including me, that this was going to be possible. We heard we were ahead of schedule a couple months ago, but even then, there was a lot of hurdles needed to be overcame and get back to playing shape, and feel like I could be ready to come back, and really, really happy to be here.
Sometimes I overuse the word chills. Tough not to get him there, Jack McMullen.
Seriously. How about the audio mixing there, too? That's a heck of a job by you.
Thank
you. Was that off day, or was that Tuesday morning activity?
That was this morning.
Okay, still big. I know you love dominating the off day. That felt like you needed a whole day to put that together, but that was awesome.
Morning.
The SpongeBob five.
How do you transition? I don't know. I was going to put a AAA home run call, but
no.
Honestly, I think that really captured the essence of what it felt like that day in April. I mean, Griffin Conine was an incredible story even last year when he debuted. He's obviously a fan favorite for many reasons, but this guy plays the game hard. He's also good. That's really the bottom line. Griffin Conine is a good baseball player, and the Marlins need to figure out what he is over the course of the season. When he slid headfirst into second, and you said it, he's in a whirl of pain. We talked to him post-game, and every guy usually says, I'm going to come back. Griff didn't mess around. He did come back. Here he is, and he's starting in left field and batting eighth, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing to see. It's amazing that he even put himself in an opportunity or in a position to start a rehab assignment. That's the craziest thing to me, because this guy, as soon as it was diagnosed, it was, okay, season's over for Griffin Conine, and then it's maybe he can play somewhere like the Arizona Fall League or the Dominican Winter League. How are you going to make up those at bats? And then all of a sudden it's, he could actually track to start a rehab assignment, and now it's, oh my goodness, he's playing Major League Baseball
and oh my
again
goodness,
in 2025.
He's at the place where he literally had this injury. As Gabby Sanchez joins the program, he's done with TV. He joins us now. Gabby, we just
stepping
played
on the court.
It's hard not to.
We just played a rejoin. Griffin, when he was out with the injury, he talked about how he'd never had an injury before in his baseball career, and he's going to work his tail off to get back. And we fast forward 5 months later, here he is. I just want to get your reaction when you see Griffin Conine in our lineup card tonight.
Superman. That's all I could think of. Really, I mean, being honest, he had an injury where the doctors are like, well, you're done for the year. And listen, there is nobody on that team that puts in as much work and effort on their body and the way that they eat and everything that they know that they're consuming, how good it is for you. But still, when you hear that news, like, hey, you're out for the season, you're like, man, what am I going to do? Having surgery. And then all of a sudden it's like, he worked to be ahead of schedule. And that's what people don't really understand. They just go like, if he would have just done the process that they told him, he wouldn't be playing. But he worked and he put in the effort and put in everything to his body the right way to all of a sudden be ahead of schedule. And then all of a sudden go to AAA where he hit 292, had 2 home runs, had an OPS over 1,000 in those games, and his rehab starts to get ready. And now he's playing in the big leagues back again, which nobody was looking at.
He also walked 11 times in 9 games in AAA. He'll bat 8th and play left field. Another guy we're getting back is Edward Cabrera, and another guy I thought was done for the year with that right elbow sprain. But here we are 3 weeks later. Edward Cabrera toes the rubber in what could be his final start in the regular season. I know he technically lines up on Sunday, but let's start with the guy that played in the show. What should be the things that, honestly, we should monitor as broadcasters with Cabby coming back here, Gab?
Well, to be one, I'm going to be looking at velocity, right? That's the first thing that I'm going to look at. What's that radar gun saying? If it's 95, 98 miles an hour, and he has that good changeup working at 93, 94, then I know he's fine. If I see that drop, then I know that there's some kind of issue maybe going on. I think that the coaching staff is going to be in the same boat as me. That's key one, right? Key two is when he comes back into that dugout, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
Or does it hurt? Is there any fatigue there? Tell me. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on. I think those are the 2 things that we're going to be looking at.
Jack, command, an issue you think? Is that something you're looking at too?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I don't know about issue, but like topic, yes.
Yeah.
Because there's a world where it's not an issue. But like, okay, velocity is awesome. You got to pair velocity with command. If he's leaving everything over the heart of the plate, like you get a little concerned. And then also if the changeup is like, fading arm side, like he's just not coming around on that changeup, then you start to get a little concerned. And if that curveball is popping, you start to get a little concerned. It's been 3 weeks since he made a start in a Major League Baseball game. And I know that sim games you've got the word game within it, but it's just different. Like he was throwing at 3 o'clock in Colorado in front of nobody. Now he's throwing in front of probably 40,000 people at Citizens Bank Park to a lineup that has a guy with 53 homers. Like, it's just different. And I am curious to see, number one, the velocity. Like, that's priority A. Priority B is, where is that high velocity being thrown?
Marlins need a lot of help, but they are technically not eliminated yet. 6 games left, 4 back of a wild card. I'll be scoreboard watching. I'll also provide updates during the game for Jack and Gabby. We got the Mets in Chicago. We got the Reds hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. Those are the 2 teams that really need to lose.
Yep.
And what do the Marlins need to do? What Gabby's doing. They got to flip the M. Coming up next, we'll get Steve's guarantee. We'll get our X-Poll question at Marlins Radio. Plus, I got some roster moves. We have a DFA. We also have 2 individuals that are headed down to Jacksonville. Marlins on Deck continues right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
Again, the infield in for Texas. And the 2-2. That one lifted down the left field line and deep. You got Langford working back at the wall. It slams off the top of the wall. He fires it into second. Otto slides into second base, and he's got an RBI double. He plates Xavier Edwards from third, and Otto, situational excellence, strikes again. RBI number 77 for Lopez on double number 20. And the Marlins open scoring. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the fourth. On the way. And that one guided out to left field, falling quickly. Langford slides. He tried smothering it. He trapped it with his glove, but he can't get up and fire it back in. Otto up on contact, comes in to score from second base. That is an RBI single for Heriberto Hernandez and a 2 spot for the Marlins here in the top of the fourth in right field. 1-0 pitch. Norby drills high in the sky out to left. Ozuna is back at the track. He leaps, and that one is gone. And the 1-2. Ramirez smokes that. That is a fair ball down the third base line. Past the dive of Young. Langford goes to fish it out in the corner, and Marcy can jog home from second base. Agustin Ramirez make it a dozen in terms of the hitting streak, and it's an RBI double. 3-0 Marlins in the top of the fifth. Whole win. First pitch to Navarreto. He lifts that out to straightaway center. That is plenty deep enough to plate Pauly. Back to the edge of the track. Hellman makes the grab, but Brian Navarreto does his job. Graham comes in from third. It's a sacrifice fly, and there's that insurance. It's 4-2 Marlins in the top of the seventh. 1 second you feel safe, and the next, something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com/Marlins or call 800-750-0647 today. For license information, visit ADT.com.
All right, I want to get you some roster moves on the Marlins radio network on this Tuesday night from Philadelphia. Expecting 40,000 again here for the Phillies. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Marlins have won 6 in a row. They're red hot as a match. They've won the first 2 series and swept the Rockies and the Texas Rangers. Again, Griffin Conine back. Edward Cabrera reinstated from the 15-day IL. Adam Major and Joey Weimer were optioned to AAA Jacksonville. And Derek Hill, he was DFA'd yesterday. 29-year-old, played 53 games, hit .213. For Hill, it was tough. He couldn't stay on the field. 2 left wrist sprains, a left middle finger strain, a right hamstring strain. And for Hill, he crossed that 3 years of service time. So he qualified for arbitration. And if he does clear, he could elect free agency. Again, Derek Hill, DFA'd, Joey Weimer, and Adam Major option to AAA Jacksonville. Well, here we go. Let's get to our X-Poll question today at Marlins Radio. And today we owed Gabby Sanchez. How many home runs did Gabby hit here at Citizens Bank Park? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
Whenever I start to segue and I start the sentence like this, what do I always preach on here? I preach authenticity. I'm not going to lie to you. I promise I'm not going to lie to you. Christopher Sanchez is really good. 6 of the 7 outings that Christopher Sanchez has gone less than 6 innings, 2 or more walks. Okay, so let's start there. Let's do the walks thing. The Marlins have to walk tonight if there's a possibility that this cat is out of the game by the 6th inning. The second part to this that I really can't guarantee, you got to hope that Christopher Sanchez is off. This guy is a 2.66 ERA over 30 starts. This guy is a 2.22 ERA at home. This guy's also 2 Ks away from 200. There needs to be an element that Christopher Sanchez just comes in on a Tuesday and maybe is a little bit off. So the Steve's Guarantee today, 2 or more walks for the Miami Marlins, and Christopher Sanchez less than 6 innings. Okay? Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. Gabby Sanchez, he is ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball. It is next on the Marlins Radio Network.